Hello class 10th. Chapter 8 Mahatma Gandhi and Non-Cooperation Movement. Topic Progress of the Civil Disobedience Movement. Objectives of today's topic: the Dandi March, March 12, 1930. Second, spread of the movement. Third, policy of repression followed by the government. 4. First Round Table Conference 1930-31. Before start the today's topic, let's discuss some keywords. First, inmates means resident. Number 2, violated means break. Number 3, defy means refuse. Number 4, agitation means campaigning. Number 5, demonstration means protest. Next, picketing means protest. Last word, repression means something by force.
Thought.
Open your books. Topic Progress of the Civil Disobedience Movement. The Dandi March, March 12, 1930. Because of the above circumstances, which we have already discussed in our previous topic, causes, Mahatma Gandhi started the civil disobedience movement on March 12, 1930 with the famous Dandi March. On that day, Gandhiji set out on the march from the Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, a village on the sea coast of Gujarat, with 87 inmates, means resident or the members living in ashram, of the ashram to break the salt law. This historic march is known as the Dandi March. Here is a pic of Dandi March, you can see. The Dandi March was also called Salt March, which was started on March 12, 1930 by Gandhiji. Gandhiji started the Salt March with civil disobedience movement. The main reason behind to start this march was the British imposed a tax on Indian salt and a series of salt laws. The tax raised the price of Indian salt. Now no Indian could collect, produce or sell the salt, but Gandhiji said salt is the greatest necessity of life. So he organized a salt march with his 87 members of ashram from Gandhi Ashram in Ahmedabad to the seaside village of Dandi in the south of Gujarat.
Thought.
The Dandi March of Mahatma Gandhi was very significant. It may be compared with Napoleon's march on Paris on his return from Elba, or to Mussolini march on Rome with a view to the Caesar. It means capture of power. In my view, it was a great beginning of a great movement. Now, Subhash Chandra Bose wrote in his lines, he compared the Dandi March with Napoleon March on Paris on his return from Elba, or to Mussolini march on Rome. But they marched to capture the power, and Gandhiji did this march for the welfare of the people. Gandhiji and his followers made salt from the seawater at Dandi and violated the salt law. It was a symbol of disobedience to the government orders. He asked the people to defy means refuse, the laws and orders of the British government. Gandhiji made a salt from seawater and broke the salt law. Even he told the people to refuse the laws and orders of the British government. The agitation means campaigning, soon spread throughout the country, and everywhere strikes were organized. Processions were taken out, foreign goods were boycotted, and demonstration means protest rented the sky. All measures of the government taxations were opposed, and even the farmers refused to pay land revenue. The campaigning, which was started by Gandhiji, soon spread out throughout the country. Strikes, processions were taken out. People refused to use the foreign goods, and protests were in full swing. People were also against the government taxation policies, and even farmers refused to pay land revenue. Bonfires of foreign goods were made at the road crossings. Even women did not lag behind in this movement. They showed their enthusiasm by picketing. Picketing means protest. The wine shops and the shops selling foreign clothes. They took up spinning yarn on the charkha. The students left the schools and colleges. The government servants left the service. Many members of the legislature resigned. People burned the foreign goods at the road crossings. Even women played very important role in this movement. They protested against the wine shops and the foreign clothes shops. They span thread on the charkha. The students left their schools and colleges, and the government employees left their services, and the legislative members were also resigned from their posts. Spread of the movement. Mahatma Gandhi was arrested. The whole country was shocked but inspired at the news of his arrest. Swiftly means quickly. A law breaking movement swept across the country. A national week was celebrated from April 6 to 13. The people of Mumbai, Bombay, Chennai, Madras, Bengal, UP, and central provinces violated the salt law by making salt illegally. Where it was not possible to break the salt law, people violated other laws to oppose the government. Following Salt March, 80,000 Indians, along with Gandhiji, were jailed. The whole country was shocked but also inspired by Gandhiji. Rapidly, this law breaking movement spread throughout the country. During this, from 6th April to 13th April, National Week was celebrated. The people of Mumbai, Chennai, Bengal, UP all broke the salt law. And in other parts of the country where it was not possible to break salt law, the people broke other laws to oppose the government. In the northwest frontier province, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, the frontier Gandhi. Here is a pic of Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Organized the Red Shirt Volunteers, the Khudai Khidmatkars, and launched an intense but non-violent anti-government movement in various ways. All over the country, the law and order stood suspended. The movement also reached the eastern parts of India, where the people of Manipur came forward to join the movement. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was also known as Frontier Gandhi. He organized Red Shirt Volunteers, known as Surkh Posh. Khudai Khidmatkar means servant of gods, was founded on a belief in the power of Gandhi's idea of Satyagraha. All the law and order were break out in the country. This movement also reached in the eastern side. The people of Manipur also joined this movement. Policy of repression. Repression means something by force, followed by the government. With the passage of time, the movement gained momentum and the government got alarmed. It adopted the policy of repression to suppress this movement. The people had to face brutal means harsh, lathi charges and indiscriminate firing. More than 90,000 people and many leaders were put behind the bars. The Britishers wanted to stop this movement forcefully, but with the passage of time, this movement gained popularity. And the Britishers lathi charged the people, and more than 90,000 peoples and leaders were put in the jail. The patriots were sentenced to long terms of imprisonment, while some of them were hanged to death. 100 lost their lives in jails and 1,000 lost their limbs, means arms, legs, because they were tortured with inhuman cruelty. Forcible breaking of processions and meetings, looting of property, burning of houses, imposing heavy fines, brutal police attacks, etc. became the order of the day. The Congress organizations were declared unlawful. Various restrictions were imposed on the press. The nationalists were sent to jail for a long time. Many of them lost their body parts because of cruel treatment of Britishers. The Britishers gave orders to their officials to forcefully break the meetings, burn the houses, impose heavy fines, etc. Various limitations were applied on the press newspaper. Point number 4. The First Round Table Conference 1930 to 31. Force failed to extinguish means blow out the spirit of revolt against law and the government. In order to tide over the situation, the British government called the First Round Table Conference in London, where the Congress was also invited. The chief item of the agenda was to discuss the Simon Commission report, but no vital means important decision could be taken as the Congress did not take part in it. The reason being the British government in India had established a reign means rule of terror, and it was committing all sorts of atrocities on the people. Atrocities means cruelty. The three round table conference of 1930 to 32 were a series of peace conferences organized by British government and political personalities to discuss constitutional reforms. Britishers wanted to blow out the spirit of revolt against the government. To overcome from this situation, Britishers called First Round Table Conference in London. The main agenda was to discuss the Simon